So, Paul, congratulations on your work and on the franchise.
Thanks.
Why do you think Fast and Furious is so successful? Because cars are central, or there's more reason?
It's a culmination of things. I mean, there's, I've been asked that question now for 12 years, and it's like I wish I could have something that was just like, it's because of. Do we really know? No, we know it's working. So the trick is to not fuck it up, right? So, people are like, a question I get a lot is, what are you gonna do to make it better? Do you feel that kind of pressure? I think first and foremost, we're just like, we got a beautiful thing. Let's not screw it up. And I don't think that personally. I think a big part of the reason why it works is because it's never tried to be anything more than what it is. I think that the franchise has remained true to its form and its roots. I think that we definitely take it serious. Some people take it more serious than others. Some people want to show up and work hard and have fun. Some people want to show up and beat their head into a wall, and that's fun for them. But we have different personalities, and I think each one of those personalities brings something a little different to it. And it makes it challenging, but that's what also makes it good. And I think that just the fact that we've ran as long as we have, I think it shows that we have the right people in the right places.
One of the things I think, maybe I'm mistaken, but I think I'm right. No.
Right.
Is that it works because it explores a world that is not the boring, typical middle-class bourgeois world. It goes through a different world, and everybody's capable of doing different things, and also the adrenaline, the cars.
I think so. It's all of those things. It's people that are willing to take chances and walk the line. They teeter between what's legal, what's illegal, right? What's plausible and what's not. I mean, even in the action and the stuff that we do, we walk the line of what's real and what's hyper real. And sometimes we push it a little bit further. But I think it just embodies, it represents a lot. And I think it's something that happened early on. And I think that along the way, I think that people have just managed to augment what was already there by bringing their rainbow sprinkles to it, And, we had a lot of humor in the second one with Tyrese. And I think that was something that was appreciated, but I think more realized down the road what he brought. And so he was brought into it again. And I think that he elevated it immediately. And I feel the same way about Chris. I feel the same way about the new people that we're bringing in. Whether it's Joe Talsim or even Kim, the Giant. It's just, and not just actors either. It's the people that are behind the scenes that have been busting their ass and working on this for a long time. This means a lot to a lot of people. It's been job security.
Which is necessary, like that.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to showcase what you got. It's also an opportunity to trip over your own feet and then take your licks and get back up and get going again. And it's one big happy super dysfunctional family that manages to get the job done.
How is the relationship when you're not shooting? Are you guys like friends? And I mean, you've been
yeah, we're friends. Like and there's times where people drive me fucking nuts. That's
like
just,
in real life.
Yeah, in real life. It happens. I mean, we've been working together for so long, and there's certain personalities. I'm like, really, you're still like that guy? But you learn to accept people for who they are and what it's about. I mean, there's been a lot of self-discovery for all of us on this too, and. I love Tyrese like a brother. He drives me fucking insane sometimes, and we give each other a hard time, but there's always love between us. Vin, we come from opposite coasts and we got two completely different approaches to life. Imagine that, his childhood was completely different than mine. So sometimes we don't always see eye to eye, But I think we complement one another. You know, Chris, I'm really impressed by Chris Ludacris. The guy is like, he's seriously one of the most complete people I've ever met in my life. He's been a superstar for a long time. He has the greatest attitude, just a really positive outlook on things. He's super professional. Guy's just a champ. And, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that we were reunited on the last one, I wouldn't have seen that in him. You know, I was really impressed by him in 5. And so much so to where on 6, I was really paying attention to the way he carried himself and the way that he handled his business and the way that he was with people. That guy's a G, you know. And, you know, Tyrese has really come a long way. Jordana, you know, professionally and what she's got going on. I mean, people are married, spitting out babies. I mean, that's crazy what's happened.
Do you think the fact that you have a daughter, a teenager, have changed your life in a way? Or
for sure. Especially, she's just started living with me recently, and I just started growing up. You know, it's like, you know, I realized quite a bit of success at an early age, and fuck, my head was spinning. I didn't even know if I wanted it, and what is all this stuff, man? I was a surfer, you know, like smoking weed and hanging out at the beach, you know, as a kid.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of that, but at the same time, in the back of my mind, I wanted to be Indiana Jones, meet Jacques Cousteau, and do some cool stuff. And you know, the weed thing ended when I was probably 21, 22 years old, and I was like, all right, man, let's figure out your shit, and let's figure out what we're gonna do in this life. And I just started putting one foot in front of the other, and all of a sudden, I'm making movies. I didn't even want to do that, but it's a good thing it came around when it did, because just like a year or two after that, I found out I was gonna be a dad. And I was like, well, thank God I'm going to be able to put a roof over my baby's head, you know. And now she's with me full time, and she's cracking whip, man. She's got me going in the right place, and yeah, it's a good time, you know.
So one learn from kids. One can learn from them.
For sure. You just have to be willing to. You have to listen. You have to be in the right place. I wasn't in the right place for a long time, you know. And it's like, there's a part of me that feels like I'm making up for lost time. But I think that's good pressure.
You're feeling the pressure?
No, I don't feel pressure. It's the pressure I put on myself. It's only it's self-induced. No, because I got it licked. I'm good at it. It's my favorite thing that I do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about Brian, what do you think brought into your life? This, you said, well, it changed your life because you became an actor, but it also gave you the opportunity to do other things, right?
Mm-hmm. It gives you the opportunity to sit there and just spin the fuck out too, you know? Because you sit there and it's like, the perspective that comes with it is crazy. Because people put you on a pedestal that maybe you don't want. And you sit up there, and from that vantage, you can look around and you can see everything for what it really is. And not only that, but if that grass looks good over there, you can go play in that grass. So I'm not quite 40 yet, and I'm like, fuck, I've been all over the place. Like, I know what that's like. And the best is what you water, you know?
That's
Why
cool.
I just get all emotional all of a sudden? But
that's cool. That's philosophical. But I understand that the Hollywood create pedestals in a way.
well, life does. It's just what happens, you know. And I think just kind of like navigating through it and just kind of seeing it for what it is.
Within all of you guys, who's the most obsessed with working out? And if you get into competitions, muscle. Here, look at my muscle, whatever.
I'm just gonna say this. The level of discipline that I've seen with Dwayne is just crazy. That guy trains twice a day before noon. You know, he's always walking around with a tray of food. His diet's really clean. The guy's he's pretty impressive. You know, he comes to work, he knows his shit. You know, he does the best that he can do all the time. He's always on. That guy goes from job to job to job. And when he's not making movies, he's wrestling. Well, he's the champion now, by the way. You know, the guy's a machine. I don't know anybody that can sustain the pace that he does. He's just, you look at him and you're just like, that guy's not human. And he's just not fucking human. You know, I don't know what he eats, what they put in his food, but you know, or what is, he told me, you know, I pick his brain every once in a while. I'll be like, hey, where does this come from? What is this about? And he gives a lot of credit to his pops, to his father. So, you know, I think his dad planted some good seeds way back when, you know.
What is it that keeps you going? Is it passion for your work, or interest of discovering other characters, or money, or
for me,
being cool? I don't know.
I just like learning, you know. I like people. The more fucked up somebody is, the more fascinated I am by them. And in this job, you travel a lot. You're always meeting new people. There's always something else to figure out. There's always another study. Yeah, I love people. And if I can't figure somebody out, I obsess on it, you know? Especially people that don't have like a sense of community, that like don't get what it's like to play team sports. They don't have that team mentality. And you see that in life a lot, and it's like, I'm like, why are they like that? And you get into it, and it's always, you know, daddy issues, mommy issues, you know, and trying to like sift through it. That's fun for me.
So our background, or the way we grew up, determines who we are as adults in a way, you think?
For sure. Well, we all know that, but I think that's what I like about this. It's like, you know, being able to pack up, move someplace else, meet a new group of people, figure out where things are harmonious, things are good, find out who the disruptors are, try to iron that out, fix it, you know, spend some time with it, and yeah, then on to the next project. Because in that, you learn so much about yourself, you know, and it's like, you know, you learn, I don't know, I guess what you can do to become a better person.
Since, Paul, we have very few minutes, can you, 2 more questions? Mm-hmm. One, why do you think we should see Fast and Furious 6? I know there are a lot of, I've seen the trailer, is awesome. But that's all I know.
Because we busted our ass and we blew a lot of shit up and we had a lot of fun, you know? And, you know, we're here 12 years later for a reason. It's because we have some people that really kick ass at what they do. And they brought the wood this time. You know, I'm excited.